we're standing here in at the entrance of 207 Vicki Leigh Road, which is the new placement of our sanctuary called Mercy Seat Ministries of Northwest Florida. As we do a surrounding and looking at the things that God has done, we want to just bring you in and invite you in to come in and see what we're looking at, and hopefully we can detail some things or just give you an overview of what God has prospered us to do. So in our foyer, we want to make sure that our foyer has that first impression is a lasting impression. So this has been opened up, and we're going to have different venues. We're going to have wall signs that will dictate where you will go and how to get there, and give some direction in that. To the right of the foyer area is a first impression room, a visitor's room that we will have probably just introduce those that are visiting for the first time. They will come in, and we will just give them an opportunity to ask questions. This is our visitor's room, a prayer room, and a greeting room. And as we proceed outward, we'll go to our right again. And as we go this distance here, we'll go down to the room which is so important. It is called the nursery. Our nursery will have about 15 children. That's going to be tailor-made just for children ages 6 months to 3 years old. We will be able to make sure we keep the parents engaged and aware of what's going on with having signs inside the sanctuary. Just in case something happened, they will recognize that they need to report to the nursery. I love this area because they have their own little bathroom in here, and we're just excited about that. And we have some excitement with the people that are going to be running this show also. We have entryways. We have 6 entryways, and to my right is another entryway. This building, it was constructed in mind to have training areas and rooms where we could bring our families in. In this room, it is called we're going to use this room mainly as a room for the youth. In church terms, it's called the youth room, or we call it the children's room. Or else you could call it where they can have children's church. Now, they're not going to play. It's going to be one of those things that they will learn how to engage later on as we in prior areas. It's a dual room. We can put a partition in between the room to ensure that we can utilize both sides of it. Then we go down the long hall. Again, we did say the building is 15,000 square feet of rooms here, and our hallway accommodates anything. It's wide enough and to be able to walk hand in hand, side by side, 3 to 4 people. So and those are the things that we want. Our air conditioning unit is going to be unique in that it will not pull as much air due to the fact that we will have air conditioning units from the front to the back. And if we don't have to have all of them on, which would be time consuming, and of course it will save and conserve monies and power. Another classroom, and the other classroom here, we'll use these classrooms as needed. We haven't assigned them to anything. We're open to it, and we have some of our dedicated members here. Just their minds are working overtime to figure out what they're going to do with some of these rooms. It could be a room where there'll be meeting for the ladies, a meeting for the men, the children, or whatever. We are planning to have a before and after care facility. So children, before they go to school, we'll bring them in. Those parents that would like to do that. Going down this hallway, of course, is another way into the sanctuary. And again, we'll get to that. Here we'll be going upstairs into the baptism. Inside that room, we also will have a bathroom that will be utilized by those up front here, instead of having to walk all the way back and distract others as they are coming in. Mechanical rooms are absolutely important. Okay, this is another classroom. Again, many classrooms. We want to make sure that in the future we can be looking at a school. One of the plans that we have laid out is that this be a place where we can teach and train our children in the ways of the Lord, not just on Sundays, but daily. This, the latter part of the part is going outward, but in here is the commercial kitchen, and it would have all that we need in order to feed the hungry. We have a large population of people that are homeless, and of course, this area is warm, and people would love to do that. But there's people here that need to be fed. So we have a group that we have partnered with, and they feed those that are hungry. So we decided, and they were doing this out of their kitchen. Their kitchen was very small, and they were not able to feed as many. So this place will be used mainly for that. And also we'll be doing things such as banquets and things of that sort. People will have banquets. They can come in and use the facility and won't have to go in and pay exorbitant amounts of money in order to have a facility. This facility will be utilized for that, and we won't charge anything, but those that would like to give a donation, they can do so at this time. So this is our commercial kitchen. We'll be equipped with everything that you need in order to work a kitchen area there. As we go forward, we're moving into what we call the fellowship hall. That's church terms, at a place where we just have good old church communication and fun. It is a place where you can feed at least 100 people in this place. It might be up to 125. And it's something that we always like to have. Most people, when they come to church, what we do is we have the services, and then afterward, we stand around not knowing what to do and how to go about doing it. Well, the fellowship hall is to give those people that's not ready to go home, enjoy the very presence of God and enjoy the presence of each other. They can come back into the fellowship hall, sit down, have a cup of coffee, a cup of juice, and just begin to talk about the service, talk about what's going on. And it brings the body of Christ to life in the fellowship hall. As we were planning this, we had in mind the community and the church fellowship itself. So if we bring the fellowship of the church and the fellowship of the community together, that means the church itself should be able to enlarge and increase. My scripture for the other day was Jabez's prayer, and he said, "Enlarge my territory." And I thank the Lord that he is enlarging our territory. These open doors are they're going to be storage areas under the baptism, and you'll see that. There are three ways out. We have a large parking area, which is which would accommodate the 300 or so folks that will be fellowshipping here. And the one thing that we didn't mention is that we have property set aside just in case something else. We can increase the size of the building and the property itself. As you see, all the construction gear, we have the doors here for every room. No doors will be left. A place open and we're not left with a door. So we have our doors. So we walking in this hallway, we have just the presence and the overpowering residence of God, not just in a building, but because he has ordained this, he put his signature about. I've signed a lot of paperwork, but it's his signature that we've signed. We've done it, and done everything to the dedication to the glory of God. To my left here is another on this a room that will take you to the baptism, and also have a bathroom here, leading to the sanctuary from the left hallway. Over to the right, our pastoral staff will be housed in this one room here as we go in. It's a modest building because we don't want to be doing office. We would rather be doing things such as prayer rooms and prayer groups and stuff. I think it's about 3 times as maybe 4 times bigger than the one that we have now. And we can have people come in, we can have conferences and of that sort. We can have times where people can just feel free to be able to express themselves in here. And we have a little small area so that for a bathroom also. And as we leave this office, coming in during the days when we're not having church services, this entryway here will be the main entryway. As you can see, we're going to be our administrative office, and we'll have a clerk here to kind of guide those that will be coming in and out of the facility. Every other door will be locked, but this door will be monitored by our administrative secretary. It's really, it brings a smile to my face, because when we start talking about administration and we look at where we are now, administrators have to get their gear and carry their computers and everything around with them, because they don't have find a space. She would have her own space, or they would have their own space in this place, which is called administrative office. This office here will be also a office where some would call it a deacon's office or whatever, but it's going to be another administrative office. It also will be used, we have a mental health counselor that is a member of our fellowship, and she is going to make sure that she set up her office here and be able to do some things on the weekend. And so we'll have a mental health office where those that are going through, and we know that it is absolutely needed, and God has blessed us with a person who has been trained in helping people that are having some mental health issues. The next room is a room that we dedicated to off-base agencies that will want to come in and help out in any other way. One of the groups is that they have a marriage counseling at the military base, and it's difficult to get on a military base if you don't have identification. So we've partnered with them, and we've given them office space so that if they have some people that are in the community and they cannot access the base readily or quickly, then they have this room, which is called our all-purpose marriage counseling and family counseling room, and we have partnered with another ministry, and they will be carrying out that chore and that duty as we go into this building. This door to my right is the entryway for the handicap, and we have about 30 handicap spaces on the side here, and they'll be able to flow through here, and we'll have those that will come and assist them getting in and out of the facility. We'll have somebody stationed here at all times to bring those in. Our bathrooms, we put them up front so there wouldn't be an interference. This is the men's bathroom, much bigger than both our bathrooms at the whole facility. And we're just ecstatic about that we were able to do this. And as we go down the hall, we'll go to the women's bathroom. My wife is the one that made sure we will have a bathroom that is going to say a whole lot about us, and that's going to be that you have enough space. There won't be any lines outside and if there is, then I mean we need to rebuild and add some space to it. Now we're back at the point where we started at, which is the foyer. As I visualize the foyer, the ideas that has been presented to me about the foyer, about the tapestry, what lettering we're going to have, how do we do it? I don't know if we're going to have flashing lights, but right now we want to have that wow factor when we come into the building. And as we come in, it is to be engaging and welcoming, and that's what we want this place. And then as you come in, first thing you do is we walk into the sanctuary. This is God himself doing a marvelous work in people that have just trusted him. We trust the Lord to do this, and he has put his hand and his handiwork. He's put his signature on it, and this is the sanctuary, which will seat over 300 individuals in the place. We wanted it to be something spacious. We wanted to have something that will be inviting. We wanted to have this that will bring those that would visit one time to come back again. And that means that we must always have the presence of God. And that's exactly what we desire. First of all, we invite him. And as he become in resident, then those that are outside will come to meet him. We're going to have chairs instead of pews. It's easy to move chairs around. And we will have, as you will see, we're going to need a lot of staff in order to work this area, because it is going to be, just going to be nice. And what we've done is that we're going to make sure that this facility is open, not just to the membership here, those that attend here, but it is open to the community. If we don't include the community here, then what we've done is that we made we wasted the space that God has given us. And that's what we want to make sure. Now, of course, there will be some things that we won't do, but mainly, as long as it's in guidelines with what our beliefs in the Lord Jesus Christ, we will have it happening here. We'll come in, we'll have 3 rows of seating, and we'll come up to a place, and you'll have, we call the staging area, the pulpit, and it's going to be across the front end of the facility. It'll be rounded so that you can come up either side. The old days of the altar, we won't have that place as an altar itself, but we believe that any place that you meet God, that's your altar at that time. So we'll have an elaborate sound system that is going to be engaging and make sure that everybody have a chance to see. We'll have large screens on the walls so that, again, to engage everyone. We know that at the beginning it will be something that is going to cause the wow factor, of course, but it's going to be something that's going to be engaging. The membership and those that come in, we want them to embrace this as their home away from home. We want them to embrace this as the place where they can come, and this is not the shadow of his wings, but it is absolutely the place where his wings overshadow. And we just thank God for this opportunity to be the instruments to build this place and to bring his family together and invite others to come. So this has been our tour of the mercy seat. As you see, we have our baptism here, and it can be seen from as far back all the way around. And that's one of the things that we do. They got some designs that are coming forth that we're doing this way. The dove coming down from heaven, as we saw in the Gospels, that when Jesus was baptized, the Bible talks about a dove descended from heaven, like a dove descended from heaven. And we want to have that atmosphere when we see anything that happens, when we engage God, his presence is here. So we thank you. We appreciate you. We thank you. And even as if you want to be a part of this, we welcome you to, in attendance, in any way you deem necessary. We welcome you. We welcome you.